So this morning we are gonna go to Universal Studios. It's a beautiful day, the sun is shining. We thought it was going to rain most of the time. The weather's changed a little bit, so we're gonna have a good day and we will report periodically and just kind of show you the procedures that are in place and what's going on and what the wait times are like and stuff. We're excited. We'll see you guys later. Bye. So they have these screen footprints on the escalator so you know where to stand to space yourself from the next people. Kind of cool. They skipped the pre-show. So we just got off of Green Gas. It was awesome. It was pretty awesome. Instead of 20-minute wait, we didn't really wait at all. We got right on. So. Butterbeer? Really? Okay. So we're going to see what else we can do, and we will touch base back.
I don't know. How would I know this?
You're
what, like 5?
I wish.
1.
Okay.
Oh, I'm amazing. Come closer. I don't bite people. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wagwan. So you guys all, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, listen. Next time you come to see me, maybe don't rub it in my face with the platform 9 3/4.
Okay.
Where's your night bus memorabilia?
You know what? They don't have any.
They do. Lies.
Oh, they do.
Come on.
I'll have to find some.
We're amazing. We're heads above the rest. What does platform 9 3/4 have on us? They do have a driver. I hear they also have suites on the train.
Yes. Yes. So
The seats are supposed to be very nice as well.
you should get a food program at least.
Yeah.
We have lukewarm hot chocolate. I feel like that suffices.
I think that.
How can you beat that? Or a copy of the Daily Prophet. We got toothbrushes. Come on. We're amazing. We just have no driver. No drive right now.
Well,
Can I ask you a question, sir?
yes.
Do you mind if we borrow your house help? We need someone to clean.
Sure.
The house help there in the hat. Hello, house help.
Right here. He wants to see if you'll clean the house. To clean the
Will
bus.
you clean the bus? Are you good with heights?
I'm not.
Can you cook?
A little bit.
Sir, this is a horrible house.
Thank you. Yeah, he's still in training.
Still training?
Yes.
I mean, like, don't worry, we'll pay you in friendship. Crisp high fives.
He'll do anything for iPad time.
For what? Sir, I have no eyes. I can't pay you with that. I'm sorry. That's one thing that's why I crossed the line, dear.
Yeah, he has no eyes.
I'm sorry. You take any other form of payment. My undying
What do you
gratitude.
want to paint?
No? Sir, you should get a new house. Then.
Yeah.
A
This one's
lollipop,
broken.
he said.
A lollipop? What?
A
Okay,
lollipop.
you're asking way too much. All right, you are a house help. Okay, I thought you'd just be happy like working, but you want stuff, and I can't handle that right now.
Picky eater too.
He's a picky eater.
Yeah.
Sir, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So,
Are you sure you're a house help?
are you a house elf?
Are you a house elf? Nope.
Oh,
Wait, what?
he doesn't think he's a house.
Oh, you a child? Oh my God. I'm sorry, I get house elves and children mixed up all the time. It's the ears and the height. I apologize. My eyesight isn't what it used to be. Where are we off to, family?
Minions.
Oh, to do your bidding. Smart. Get me 5.
Sure thing.
Hope you guys have a wonderful day.
Thank you, sir.
Goodbye, house elf and or child.
We'll find the night bus memorabilia.
Thank you.
So we're getting ready to get on Sycamore Me. Since it's a 45-minute wait, I think it'll be more like 30. They've got everybody spread out 6 feet apart, so it makes the line look a lot longer than it really is. So we were able to get a virtual line for Fast and Furious and for Race Through New York. So we'll try those out next and see how those are. Yeah, so that's our plan. We'll check back later. Bye. One thing we noticed while we were here was that the characters were still out and about, but they had, like, they were either on a stage or just standing back from the crowd, and then there were spots for you to stand on so that you could pose and take a selfie with them or have another family member take a picture. They had Coca-Cola freestyle beverage machines. They would have every other one marked off for social distancing. There were wipes provided for you to clean if you desired. And then, of course, you could always go to the kiosk and have the person fill your drink for you. However, they will give you a new paper cup full of your choice of beverage, and then you could pour it into your refillable cup. So that's how that worked. Hey guys, so we're eating in Fast Food Boulevard over here in Springfield. The way that it works is you basically come in one party at a time, you sit down, and then if you're on the dining plan, you actually, one person will walk up from your table and go over to order the food for everyone. They're not having anybody go up through where the food is. Everybody is away from the food, so you're either paying for your food or you're sitting at your table. So there's not any congestion over by where you're paying or where you're ordering. So that's pretty cool. So it keeps everybody distanced. Every other table looks to be closed off, so there's distance between every party. So I mean, all in all, it's pretty safe. So that's good. Coda, any thoughts? Are you tired? Oh, we did get a giant donut. Got a giant donut. Yum. It's my favorite flavor too. Strawberry.
Strawberry's the best flavor.
Hayden. Hi. What are you doing, buddy?
Just waiting for my food.
Just waiting for my food. What do you think of the mask? Your mask that you have to wear outside, how do you feel about it? Huh? Good?
I'm wearing mine right now because it's cold in here and it's keeping me warm, so even though I can take it off. It's been cold and like must have been in.
So we're wearing the paper medical mask today, and I can definitely tell that I can get more air in when I take a deep breath. I don't feel as constricted as I did yesterday with the cloth mask. So that's good. It seems to be a lot more breathable and comfortable on my face than the ones yesterday that had the elastic ear ties. These are kind of like a stretchier cloth material. So it's kind of starting to get a lot warmer outside. We've had some cloud cover and some breeze, which has made it more comfortable. So we'll see how we feel as we get through the day. But a lot of the rides have been inside with air conditioning, and so we don't really feel like we're out in the heat a whole lot over here at Universal Studios. So it's been nice, and the waits have been really low. I think the longest wait we had was for Minions, and it was like 30 minutes. So all in all, good day. See you later. Hello.
Welcome. You may take photographs with or without flash, as well as video recordings if you must. In fact, a brief photograph is preferable to a persistent stare.
What you got?
So I got some wizard money.
Wizard money.
So that's 10, so that's the amount of how much I got. So we can account, paid in by, sort code, account, no, please do not write or mark. Okay, so I don't think we're allowed to write on it. Are we allowed to write on it?
I don't know.
And also, they have these. I don't know what that means. And it looks like they want you to cut this off. Maybe they give
I
it
wouldn't
for-
do anything until you pay. Use one to buy something if you want, and then we'll save the other one. Super
Yeah,
cool.
I want to save one of them for, you know. So those are cool. You can get more if I've got experience. You should get one. Got butterbeer, frozen butterbeer. We're gonna try it.
We got some frozen butterbeer. We're excited. Try it. What do you think? Super good?
It's good, yeah.
Yes.
It reminds me of like a Starbucks coffee.
Yeah.
I like it.
Kind of root beer-ish,
I knew it would.
but more creamy.
It's got butter and root beer.
Like-
That's what Abby said.
Yeah. It's yeah.
This is a must.
Must do. They said because the crowds were very low, you can get pictures of your kids walking through the wall, where it's hard to do on other days because there's always so many people in front of it. Come on.
Walk through it. Go through, walk there, picture me on through.
Woo!
You're mad, Salazar. Just watch. I'll wager a young today.
Gryffindor doesn't stand a chance.
Honestly, we have guests.
What are all these muggles doing at Hogwarts anyway?
Dumbledore, unlike you, Salazar, seems to do it all with people, whether or not they possess magic. Besides, I think I detect a future Quidditch player or two amongst our younger visitors.
You look like a pretty nasty lot.
Perfect for Slytherin, then.
Guys, slow down.
And magic wands.
An enchanted bench flies like a dragon with a fire tied to its tail. In fact, last time I raced one, it caught fire.
That's hardly like to happen today. We didn't. When boarding, it's always polite to ask ladies in the party where they'd like to sit.
I remember the day I took a party of the ladies for a spin over the lane. I knew they landed, and I brought them back too.
Jewelry, cell phones, orders, change, and stolen. Wonderful. To keep your treasures safe and sound, smart rockers are supplied. Readers made the wizard proof.
So today I wanted to give you a recap of how our day went. It's our first day here at a Universal Orlando resort. And today we went to Universal Studios. We spent the day, most of the day there. The parks were open from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and then we get the extra hour early for staying at the resort. So we were able to enter the Harry Potter side of Universal Studios at 8 a.m. The waits today were amazing. Like, we did everything except for maybe like 2 of the kiddie rides and then like E.T. and Trek. And we skipped those because we wanted to ride the Hogwarts Express over to Islands of Adventure and experience that. And so we left about 5:15ish. We went and did that. The waits were like, I think the longest wait was for the Minion ride, and it was probably about 30 minutes. Everything else was like maybe 15-20 minutes. Like, it even, the ride would say maybe 15 minutes and it seemed like we were like almost a walk on. So that was really, really great to have the low crowds and not be shoulder to shoulder with people and be able to get on. It was really an enjoyable day. Probably the most enjoyable day that I've had at a theme park ever. Even with having to wear the mask. I will say that the weather here has been phenomenal, I think, for the middle of June. Like, I think it was like 84 degrees today or something like that, which is crazy. We had a nice breeze. It was partly cloudy and we just had a great day. I mean, when we were out in the sun, it was because we were walking, and we were at Universal Studios, which has a lot of indoor air-conditioned rides anyway, because there's a lot of like screens and stuff like that. And so I never really felt miserable even with the mask on. I do feel like the disposable mask like allowed me to breathe a lot easier than the cloth mask. I felt like when I took a deep breath that the air was coming in at a faster rate than the cloth mask. So I think that really helped as well. As far as like social distancing stuff, I was really, really impressed with how Universal was handling it. Of course, every queue line had marking 6 feet apart, but like on some of the queues, you know, when you will wrap around and you'll go like kind of snakes around, like they were spaced out. The fact that you were never placed beside a person on the other side of the railing. So you really were not 6 feet within anybody. And most people seem to be really following that really, really well. And all the like lines for food and drink, like it was really spread out. There were a couple times when I had been drinking or eating something and just not even thinking about it. Like I had my mask down and I didn't even pay attention to it, and I was told to put my mask back on. So they really were watching and making sure that people had their mask on when they were supposed to have their mask on. There's no like eating or drinking inside of like shops. If you are eating or drinking when you go into a shop, like I walked into one of the shops in the Harry Potter area and I had my drink. I had a butterbeer and I was drinking it. And I was walking the shop and the guy asked me to put my mask back on and I said, I'm drinking, and he said, well, there's no eating or drinking in the shops. So you have to have your mask on when you are in the shops. There was a couple of times at the end when we had gotten in line to get our drink refills and the people were behind us were like not 6 feet from us and were like crowding, and the guy behind the counter like literally had to yell at the crowd to make sure everybody is 6 feet apart. So they really were taking it seriously. I do not envy the workers at all who had to be, you know, on it when somebody was not following the rules. But I did not see too many instances where people weren't following the rules. Most everybody that I saw had their mask on, followed the markings on the road or on the street, wherever it was. Everybody did a really good job of that. I did have to go into guest services this morning because we had gotten the dining plan, and one of the dining plan cards weren't activating properly at the resort. So we had to go into the park to do that. And while I was in guest services, an annual pass holder had come in and was actually talking to the team member behind the counter about how there were no markings on the sidewalk as far as which direction traffic was supposed to go. In other words, you might just run kind of right up into somebody else's space as you're walking down the street because you're going two different directions. And the team member there was really receptive to that and was literally typing everything that this guy had said about his recommendation and asked for his ID and his information so that they could document that and they could get that to the necessary people to maybe implement those changes. So it seems like it's really important to them that guests feel safe when they visit Universal, and that's really important for people to feel safe and feel like they can come back. I will say that the team members are not like spraying down every handrail after every person touches it. Like one of the instances was in like Transformers. In that queue, they have like buttons and just knobs and different things that you can touch, and I watched through, like every kid that went by was like touching it and like turning it. And obviously they can't come through and sanitize every single surface that has been touched by somebody else. So if that is an issue, then you might not want your kids touching those things if you want to keep germs to a minimum. You do get hand sanitizer before you get on to every ride. So everybody has clean hands when they enter the ride vehicles. But the ride vehicles aren't wiped down every time you get off. It'd be really hard to implement that. So those are some things that, there's still gonna be chances to transmit germs. I mean, it can't be kept to a 0% chance. I mean, that's just not reasonable. As far as like the resort part of this stay, there's a couple of different disappointments that I've had. One of them was we got the quick service dining plan with our stay, and you're not able to use the quick service meal entitlements at the resort. You're not able to use the refillable mug that comes with the dining plan at the resort. So that was a little bit of a disappointment. Because like our first day, like we intended on coming to the hotel and eating here, and we weren't able to use the dining plan for that. So your dining plan can be used at the parks, or it can be used at City Walk, which there are like 2 or 3 different quick service options for City Walk. Tonight we actually came back to the hotel and ate dinner here, and I was pretty disappointed in the food. We ate here at the food court at Cabana Bay Beach Resort, and like one of my kids and my husband got the steak, some kind of Brazilian steak something, and it was like $15, and then you had to buy a drink on it. So like literally for the 6 of us to eat here tonight cost almost the same as what we paid to eat at the really nice Mexican restaurant at City Walk. So I mean, it was like $100. So that was a thing. So we probably will choose the rest of our stay. We'll probably go eat at City Walk, probably was what we'll do before we leave. That kind of gives you a little bit of an overview about how today went. I have heard that Universal Studios seems to have done a better job with their social distancing and their enforcement of it than Islands of Adventure or Volcano Bay, but we'll see how that goes. We're gonna go to Islands of Adventure tomorrow, and just kind of I'll still report in to see what show you what we're seeing and get an idea of how they're handling it over there. But for the most part, I felt fairly safe, that there was a lot of distancing going on. There was a lot of kind of funny things to me, like when we got our dinner tonight, we had to walk We got our plate in the food court area and we checked out, and then you go around the end to get, like, if you need ketchup or silverware or straws or whatever it is, you have to go around and there's a team member there that will get those things for you. So you're not, you know, sticking your hands in the bins to get the ketchup or whatever it is. Well, I asked for ketchup and mayonnaise and my hands were full, so she wasn't able to hand them to me. And so I kind of put my plate out for her to just throw on top of my plate, and she turns around and grabs a disposable plate and puts the items on the disposable plate. So it's kind of silly to me, but I can see why that was. They were protecting me and giving me the assurance that they're not going to be close to my food on my plate. So, but kind of silly to me, extra step, extra paper, but they really are trying to do the best that they can at making us feel safe. So it is 10:50, so we are going to go to sleep and get some rest for another big day tomorrow. So we will see you then. Bye.